Well, if there was ever a Sunday for homiletical dancing, this would be it. What happened to that nice, wonderful Jesus that was talking about love your enemies and I've come to bring peace and peace everlasting? And where did he go? Wow, this morning we've got somebody that's really angry and he's coming to bring division. So I can try to find some meaning in that or do a homiletical dance. Let's go with finding meaning in that because it's a hard one. Let's put it in context first. Luke's written this gospel about 10 years after the destruction of Jerusalem. Two very important things have happened. First thing, Jerusalem's been destroyed, and with that, Jews among the Romans are really not appreciated because they've caused all this conflagration and caused turmoil in the empire, and they have disturbed the Pax Romana. Don't like the Jews right now. Now, the second thing that happened with the destruction of Jerusalem, Simeon, the brother of Jesus, the last leader of that earliest followers of Jesus that were called Christians, they were called Ebion, has taken flight with what remained of the Ebion to the sands of the Transjordan. They were over around Petra. And they fade into the mist of history. And what that does, it leaves that Christian group that's just now coming to light, that nascent group, a wide open space to grow. And what they want to do, they want to say to the world, we're not Jews. We're something different. And so they start developing their own belief system. And they start fighting among themselves about who's right and who. Oh, wait a minute. Division. See it? Even among pagan and Jewish households, when this Christian ideology is inserted in there, there's going to be mother and son and brother and sister-in-law and brother-in-law, and they're all going to be mixing it up, and Christianity brings into the basic unit of the social fabric a big division. And it's all around one thing. I'm picking up on something here that might be the root cause. A few years ago, a young priest gave me a call, about 5 years ago. He was in a lot of distress. Wanted to know if we could get together and talk. I took him out to lunch. And he said, with all the things I know now, with all the science and all the things that we know as a world and the new information that we're getting every day, I just don't know if I can believe anymore. How can I believe these stories? I just took a moment and I looked at him and I said, well, maybe you ought to give up belief. He was a little bit taken aback at that. What do you mean, give up belief? I said, give up belief. Give up the idea. And go with what you know. In those moments when you experience divine love and divine presence, what do you know? What do you feel? That's more important than belief. See, belief is divisive. Look at what's going on in Egypt. Is it just Egypt? Look at what's going on in our country. With the steel-clad hand grasped around belief, I can use that to clobber anyone who doesn't toe my line. Are you an Orthodox Episcopalian? Are you? Is the Nicene Creed true? What about you? What about you? What about you? You see? It's going to get you. And for the birth of this country, back in Europe, you said no. you'd be lighting fire. Divisiveness. I can go with belief. And I do have beliefs. And if I put them in an ironclad fist, they're going to rob me of the beauty of this moment. Because I'm going to be stuck back here with these beliefs. I won't recognize this moment. They're going to rob me of the touch of the divine. They're going to rob me of the taste of beauty, divine beauty. Because I will have a bastard idol, which is belief. It takes a lot of courage to give up belief. Certainty's comforting, even though it's an illusion. There's only one thing I know. And it's taken me years to get to the place where I've come to that gnosis, that knowing. And that's the abiding presence of God's love. The abiding presence, God's purpose, God's meaning for my life. It's not the same for you. It's not the same for you. It's not the same for you. God comes to you in God's own unique way. So what do you want? You want that steel-clad fist of belief? Maybe we ought to do that and just go out and convert the world by force to Anglicanism. Ha! Like that would work. Or do you want to live in the moment of divine beauty?